What is up, everybody? It's Cobes here, and today I am back with a Fortnite video. In today's video, we're going over the 10 worst changes to come in Season 4. Well, of course, in Fortnite. So this list was a little bit harder to make than the top 10 best things to come in Season 4. And honestly, I think the positives outweigh the negatives in my opinion. But, you know, I like ranting, I like talking about the negatives, but I'll also make a video later on talking about the positives. So make sure to drop a like, subscribe, and turn on your notifications. Also, tell me what you think is the worst thing to happen in Season 4. Let's get into this video, guys. So at our number 10 spot, honestly, because I couldn't really think of another number 10 spot, I said the skins. I think there were quite a few bad skins in this season. Overall, was it a good season for skins? I would say compared to Season 2 and Season 3, we didn't get as many good skins as in Season 4. Just because maybe I liked the skins earlier on and now I'm just getting used to them. I want to see something crazier and weirder. But when they try to add those crazy and weird designs, they just end up flopping for me. But some really bad skins, I would say. Abstract, Steel Sight, Toxic Trooper, the Visitor. All of them are just pretty underwhelming skins. We're gonna talk about the Visitor later on in this video, but I think those are some of the most underwhelming skins throughout this season. And I could have made a lot longer of a list, like Nightlight Light Show. I could have talked about some of the Battle Pass skins like Battlehawk, Squad Leader. Honestly, I didn't want to sit here and talk about skins for this video, so we're just going to move on to our number 9 spot, which I had to give to Stink Bombs. I think Stink Bombs are kind of an upgraded version of the smoke grenade. They're just super annoying to go against, and I didn't really know if I should put C4s on this list. I really think that'll probably make it in the top 10 best changes. I think having explosives be very good, but you only have a limited amount of them, is probably a good thing for Fortnite. But Stink Bombs, they're just so annoying to go against. I never want to see them. I really don't know who wants these in this game. Who wants Stink Bombs? Who asked for them? I'm telling you, this is an upgraded version of the smoke grenades, and it's going to be taken out of the game. They're just too weak to really carry around. You only get 3 of them. Let's say you throw it directly on someone. Unless they're sitting in a base, they can get out of it and take probably like 15 damage at most. So taking 15 damage, let's say 3 times, if you get lucky, why not just shoot them a couple times with your AR and do the same amount of damage? You know what I mean? I just think Stink Bombs aren't useful, they aren't worth it, and I just hate seeing them. I really hate useless items in this game, but Stink Bombs definitely take the cake for one of the most useless items that I never want to see from a chest. Moving on to our number 8 spot, honestly, I've been getting so many messages on Twitter, also on YouTube, in my comment section, or in my live streams, whatever it may be. People have been telling me how many times they've gotten scammed trying to buy skins, trying to buy accounts. Okay guys, let me just be completely honest with you. This is your fault. I've done it before. I've done stupid shit like this before, you know, trying to trust people over the internet, and it's totally backfired. Don't give in to scams. They are all over the place, guys. Everyone's trying to sell an account with the Skull Trooper, with the fucking Renegade Raider, with who else? Maybe like the Gingerbread Man. Any really rare skin out there, people are going to try to sell. And if you're going to buy it, the only way I would truthfully believe it is, let's say the account overall that you're trying to buy is around, let's say $500. Maybe they've spent about $500 and they have wins on that account, they have time played, they have all those stats built up. So if it was worth $500, maybe they would sell it for a little bit less than what they spent on it. So if you see an account being sold for like $300, maybe $400, that's worth $500, or that they spent $500 on, that's probably actually worth more than that because of the time played, because of the stats. You know, you can't really put a price necessarily on the stats on rare skins as well. But unless they're selling it for about $300 to $400, if not even more, I would say do not buy it. But then you're putting so much trust in that person, giving them $300 or $400, that I would say it's just not worth it. And if someone's trying to sell you it for 20 bucks, that's an obvious scam. I would say even $100 is an obvious scam. So do not do it, guys. Do not buy fake accounts, or even if they're real accounts, don't trust the person enough to buy it. Just please don't. I just don't think it's a good idea for you. You're probably gonna get scammed. You really will. So moving on to our number 7 spot, I give it to the silenced SMG, and it's buff. I really don't think the silenced SMG is a good thing. I think it should be weak. I think it's one of those guns that, you know, if you get it early game, you can get kills, but I don't think it should be one of those later game guns. I really wish shotguns, you know, could compare to the silenced SMG, which they obviously do, but the silenced SMG, it's right up next to them. You know, some people actually think the silenced SMG is better than the shotguns. They think it's better than carrying an AR. I've seen it all the time. I see people using the silenced SMG all the time. I think some guns should be weak. I think some guns should be weaker than other guns. I think, you know, shotguns should be overpowered. That's just how I feel about this game. You don't need to make it perfect. If you're trying to make a game perfect, you're probably going to end up pissing a bunch of people off and fucking up your own game. See, having some things overpowered is what makes certain games great. You know, like Modern Warfare 2, if you remember that. That had some of the most OP guns, but a lot of guns were OP, so you could, you know, kind of decide which one you wanted to use, which one was your favorite. But you knew that a lot of guns were overpowered, and that was kind of what made the game fun. You could either get just absolutely murdered, or you could go on a total rampage. And I feel like that's kind of being sucked out of Fortnite, because they're trying to make everything perfect. They're trying to make certain things just absolutely perfect with its damage, and having every single gun just be like almost perfect across the board, perfect amount of damage, where if you want to use one, it's a pretty good substitute for a shotgun, or it's a pretty good substitute for an SMG. You know what I mean? I don't know if I explained that well, but let's move on to our number 6 spot. I gave it to the Llama nerf, and honestly, do I have to really go over this for too long? The Llama nerf is one of the most annoying things in this game. Just take out llamas at this point. Honestly, it's not really worth going up to a llama. I feel like, you know, if I could get 1500 mats from a llama, then hell yeah, I'm going for it no matter what. This thing is so worth it. I need it. Plus you get some shield, you get some minis, possibly some RPG ammo, which you can't get anymore. You can get some nice items maybe you don't have. You know, the shield and the materials were the big part of it, but now just knowing it has 600 materials, I don't really even think it's worth it that much to go out of my way and go grab it. I honestly would go, like, if I saw it across the map, I would start making my way. I would journey across the whole map to get a fucking llama, but now I probably won't even walk 10 fucking feet. I think the llama nerf is just boring. It's boring. That's what it is. The llamas were fun. They were so exciting to see, but now Fortnite ruined that. So just take llamas out of the game, Fortnite. All right, sounds good. Number 5, something people really don't talk about anymore. I don't know why, but trap damage doing 150. How do you guys forget about this stuff? Why can't you talk? Like, you know, some things I think should be overpowered. I really do. I think some certain guns should be a little bit more overpowered. They should be very, very, very good. But trap damage doing 150. I mean, my God, no one's talking about this. I don't want this to be overpowered. This is something that takes no skill. See, if a gun takes certain skill, if it takes accuracy, then sure. I don't really mind if I get one-shotted by it. I don't mind getting one sniped by a sniper. You know, I understand that. But almost dying every time to a trap, like every time you get hit, you almost die. Unless you have 200 health or 175, you're most likely going to die from a trap. Even if you drink 2 minis, you still die from a trap, which I think is absurd. I really do. So I think trap damage should definitely just, I've been saying this since the start. Take out traps from this game. I'm sorry guys, I don't like them. I don't want them in this game. Take them out of the fucking game. And if they are in the game, make them do 50 damage. Don't have them do fucking 150 damage. My god. Moving on to our number 4 spot, I gave it to the Visitor. And the Visitor was one of the most underwhelming things to come out of season 4. I feel like people have definitely forgotten about it. Not many people use it because it's just pointless at this point. It's owned by almost everyone, and even if you do own it, even if you absolutely love this skin, well, you're going to be considered a noob in my book. I honestly think this skin has one of the worst designs in this game. Okay, that's going a little bit far, but I think honestly it's just dull. It's dull. If it was just in the shop regularly as a legendary, if it was sold in the shop, people would just say, yeah, that's underwhelming. And one big problem I have with customizations in this game, if you can customize the face of the Visitor, it doesn't really matter because you can't see the face as you are using it. So why do you have the customization on the face? I would rather have something customizable on the back so I can actually see it, you know? Even on the back of the arms, the back of the legs, the shirt color you can change, the helmet color you can change, something like that. But I think the face changing, you know, changing the colors on the face doesn't really do anything for me. It was such a hard grind to get this skin. I was super excited when I first got it, but then shortly after realized how bad it was. Moving on to our number 3 spot, I gave it to Jetpacks. And I know a lot of people actually forgot about the Jetpacks, but these were some of the most annoying things to go against. I think taking them out of the game was an obvious right choice. If they ever bring them back, then they're fucking dumb as hell. I think the Jetpacks were way more annoying than any sort of hop rock could ever be, because it was basically like an everlasting hop rock. Someone could build up infinitely and it wouldn't really matter, you know? It wouldn't matter if you shot down their base. It doesn't really matter if you get the height advantage on them, because overall you are at risk if you don't have a jetpack. You could fall to your death, so you can't really build as high as someone with the jetpack. And if you shoot down their base, then they're gonna fall to the ground and not take any fall damage, and they can continuously build higher than you without the fear of falling. So I think jetpacks definitely a horrible thing in this game. They were fun when you had them, but they were the worst item to go against ever in this game, ever, I'm telling you. Moving on to our number 2 spot, I think it's the shotgun nerf. I'm gonna say, guys, I still don't think the shotgun nerf is necessarily a good thing. I think they can find a more happy medium. I agree that shotguns shouldn't do 200 damage. I agree with that. But I think they should do a little bit more damage than they are. I think the headshot damage is all right. But at this point in time, if you're like a console player, it's very difficult to land every single one of those shotgun shells, one of those shotgun pellets on the guy you're shooting at. I would say most of the time I hit maybe, so there's like 10 pellets I think in the gun. So I think I would probably hit maybe 5 to 6 if like on a decent shot, like on my average shot. Sometimes I hit less, sometimes I hit more, but it's very rare where I'll hit a really clean headshot for one shot. I think throughout season 4, since this nerf, I probably hit, like I could probably count it on 2 fingers or on 2 hands, maybe 10 times. I've gotten really clean, nice one-shot headshot kills with this gun because everyone has full shield, full health all the time, it seems like. So I think the shotguns definitely could use a little bit of buff to the body at the very least. Maybe keep the headshot damage around the same, maybe increase it by a little bit. But just because the max damage you can do, let's say with a pump, I don't know what it is exactly, it's probably around 170. Let's say it is 170. That does not mean you're going to be doing 170. That means probably 1% of the time you're going to be doing 170 to someone. Most of the time you're going to be doing a lot less, or maybe 160, 150, 140, you know, if you get lucky. So moving on to our number 1 spot, I think one of the worst things to happen in Fortnite in season 4 is playground mode being delayed and then removed. Playground mode has been delayed so many times you wouldn't even believe it, and then it's been removed. So we'll see when it actually comes back. If they remove it again, that is going to be hilarious. You know, it's good for me, to be honest, because I have a video that got 500,000 views solely due to the fact that it was removed after I made a video on it. So that's good for me, but I still want playground mode in the game. If you guys want to do that more often, where you like add updates and take them out after I record a video on them, feel free, Fortnite. I would honestly love that. But this is my list for the top 10 worst things to come into Fortnite. Honestly, the bottom 4 maybe could have been left off this list, but I wanted to get it a top 10 list. And I think skins, stink bombs, scams, and silenced SMGs were some horrible things in Fortnite. Silenced SMG buff. Thank you guys for watching. Bye-bye.